Hey guys, in my last video I talked a little bit about how I don't like fall and I don't like winter and how I'm trying to embrace the seasons. My backyard is chock full of beautiful pine cones that are falling out of the trees, and I had seen an idea online about painting pine cones and turning them into zinnias. So that's what I've been doing the past, I started on this yesterday and I did get 4 done. I thought they turned out really well. So I thought I'd take you through this process really quickly. The first thing that you're going to want to do is trim the little spiky edges off of your pine cone. Now I did that by using just this really simple little tool that I had, and I just snipped them all off. I've seen some people snip these off where, you know, all the way down to like the core of the pine cone, but I'm not going to do that. The next thing that you might want to do is to add a layer of white acrylic onto the little flower there. So I'm going to pick up some white acrylic and we'll just paint it on. I really don't, I mean, this is not exact, so you just have to kind of find out, you know, what works best for you. And you also might want to wear gloves when you do, or definitely when you de-spike the pine cone, but you might want to wear gloves when you're doing this too. But I'm pretty good right now. I don't need any gloves. So we just layer on some white acrylic, and I'm going to do the tops of everything first. Don't be too picky about covering everything, because you'll discover that the dark places in your pine cone look like shadows when you start to paint your zinnia. So you don't want to get it, you don't want to cover it too much. Then I flip the pine cone over and kind of just start painting here. This is my way to save a little bit of summer. And honestly, zinnias are beautiful when they're really at the height of their, you know, of their growing. But I think there's something so pretty about zinnias as they begin to fade. It's the same thing with roses. Roses are, they're beautiful, right? But I lost one. Roses are beautiful, but I think they're so pretty when they start to just kind of lose their bloom a little bit. Whoop! There go the doggies. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to rinse my brush out a little bit. And I've gotten the top done and the bottom done. And now it's time to just add some colors on here. I've been using kind of a combination of some purples and pinks, and that's working out really nicely. So I think I'll just stick with that for right now. And then we can't forget about the, you know, the beautiful yellows that are always in zinnias. Okay, this is just the way I do it. You'll have to figure this out on your own and see what way works best for you. The thing that I do first is I start with my bottom petals for my zinnia, and just kind of add some color in. I work with a darker color on the bottom. Just like that. You do have to be a little bit gentle, y'all, because you don't want to lose things under there. Okay. Alright, so we've got a little bit of purple, and this is plum, going on down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to pick up a little pink, and we'll do a pinky plum. See how that looks? That's quite pretty. And we're already to the top. It's really pretty, as a matter of fact. You can see how nicely the white acrylic works on there. Works really cool. Again, I'm not being too, you know, not being picky about any of this at all. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to rinse my brush. I'm just going to pick up just a wee bit of yellow and start working on the edges of the petals. Don't want to be too exact, so that's why I'm not using like some smaller brush or anything like that. I'm just using the same brush. Remember, I didn't even bother about rinsing it out that time. And probably just trying to kind of hit the edges. Right, now I'm going to go into a little bit of yellow. I'm going to pull a little bit yellow from the center, like that. And then I'm going to do that again. I've got yellow mixed with a little bit of plum, mixed with a little bit of, I don't know what color that is. Oh, magenta. It says magenta. That does not look magenta to me, y'all. But okay, whatever you say. And then go back down here and kind of brush on the whatever color you're working with now on the little tips there. It's a little bit lighter. Alright, looking pretty good. Just remember to work like out, you know, just like the flower would grow. Alright, now what I'm going to do now, I am going to rinse my brush. I'm going to go for Kronk's grumping. Do you hear him? Sometimes I don't know if you guys can hear him or not. He's so funny. Okay, and then I'm putting some yellow in the middle. I got a little too much, so I'm just going to spread that out a bit. You do want just like a kind of a circle of yellow right there. Okay, alright. Now I need some brown. Put some brown in the middle. The hardest part of this is just I don't know what those things are called. Depetaling the pine cone, which is a little bit of a trick to doing that. I'm looking for excuses to get outside when it's cold. This is a great excuse to get outside when it's cold, because you can pick up your pine cones and then you can bring them in and you can de-spike them inside or outside, whatever you want to do. Go back with my yellow just a little bit. Just bring a little bit of yellow here. Again, you just really don't have to be exact with this. Sometimes if I've got some paint left over, I will go back on the bottom and hit the bottom like that. But you don't really have to do that. It's just so I've got the paint, so I'm not going to waste it. And there we go, y'all. Really pretty little pinecone zinnia to get you through the fall winter season. The way that I'm going to display mine is I've got a glass flower container that someone gave me some flowers in, and I've just put a little bit of netting in here and just kind of stacked my zinnias in this glass display thing. So it turned out really good. I hope you'll try this. It's a great way to get outside and gather some of nature and make your zinnias last through the winter. Thanks, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Try it. See you later.